Hi, this is Mr. Beckstrom, and today I want to go over an example from section 7.3. Here it says solve the equation on the interval 0 to 2 pi, including 0, not including 2 pi, of the function cosine of 3 times theta is equal to -1. So we want all of the angles that make this equation true between 0 and 2 pi here. So this is really similar to the ones that we've already done that look like just the cosine of theta is equal to -1. And we know how to do that where we look at the unit circle here. We know that the cosine is correlated or corresponding to the x value, and we know that -1 is right here on the negative x-axis, which corresponds to the angle of pi if we're in radians. So it would be pi, and then we also know that that repeats every 2 pi, so we have to look at um, every multiple of 2 pi, both positive and negative. So we look at something like we go pi plus or minus 2k pi, where k is an integer. So we've already done something like that, and this is kind of a similar concept with a couple of differences here. The first difference is that first of all, we're limiting the domain here between 0 and 2 pi, so we only want the answers that are on the unit circle here. And the second thing here is that we're multiplying the angle here by 3. So that's going to make a difference here, and that's going to kind of, and you're going to see that because we're going to end up having to divide all of our angles by 3 to get those answers. So it's going to give us a lot more angles on this interval here. So what does that mean for us? And let's see what that means. So I'm going to kind of solve this like I normally do. I'm going to say, well, this angle right here, we know what that means. We know that 3 theta is going to be equal to, and I'm just going to start listing. I know that the first angle between 0 and 2 pi is just pi. But I also know that I'm going to have to end up dividing this angle by 3, which is going to end up giving me pi over 3. And I know I'm going to have to end up dividing all of them by 3, so I'm going to end up having more in this 0 to 2 pi range. So I'm going to list a few here. So the next one is if I add 2 pi to that, I'm going to get 3 pi. And if I add another 2 pi to that, I'm going to get 5 pi. If I add another 2 pi to that, I'm going to get 7 pi. I can keep going on, but I also know that I'm only dividing by 3, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to stop around this third spot here, but I did one more just to show you that I'm not going to go over that. So I know that 3 theta is going to be equal to just these, and kind of going on and on and on and on. And I can kind of go back the other way too, but I'm not going to be using any of the negative angles here because this doesn't go below 0. And so if I were to put negative pi there and divide by 3, I'd still have a negative angle. And I know there's no negative angles in this domain, so I don't even have to worry about looking at those. So here I have 3 theta is equal to all of these. And then once I divide by 3, I'm only looking for the ones that are in this domain here. Only looking for those. So, so now I'm just going to divide everything by 3. And I'm going to stop once I get the last one in the domain there. So this is equal to pi over 3. That's definitely between 0 and 2 pi. See that, that's right here. And the next one is 3 pi over 3, which is just pi. The next one is 5 pi over 3. We know that that one is, where's 5 pi? It's right here. So that one's in our domain. 5 pi over 3. And then we have 7 pi over 3, which is actually going to be outside of our domain. How do I know that? Because 6 pi over 3 is 2 pi, and 7 pi over 3 would be more than 2 pi. So this is too much, and then everything after that would be too much. So these would be all of the thetas that would make this true inside this domain here. So the cosine of 3 times any of these angles would give me a -1. And that's it. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know. But kind of the idea of this is just to write out whatever this angle is, with a few of the answers that you think are going to be in the range, and then go ahead and divide by the number. Make sure that you maybe go below and above your range. This time we didn't really have to go below because we know about the negatives, but above, just to make sure that we got the last one. And that's it. All right. If y'all have any questions, just let me know, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks.